Our break here at the top of the hour, and then we're going to come back. We're going to celebrate somebody's special birthday this morning here on Global Village, and then we're going to be talking about Justo Almario, about his upcoming performance in Ventura and his brand new release as well. So we'll take our break and do that.
Mark your calendars. KPFK Summer Fun Drive officially kicks off on Tuesday, July 21st. We want to keep this drive as short as possible and get right back to the uninterrupted, commercial-free programming you love. But we can only do that with your immediate support. Shorten the drive today. Call 818-985-5735 and press option 2. That's 818-985-5735, option 2. Or skip the phone lines and give securely online right now at kpfk.org/donate. Your radio station, your voice. Keep it strong. Thank you.
And this is KPFK Los Angeles.
Turn your back on me, baby. Turn your back on me, baby. Yes, don't turn your back on me, baby. Stop messing around with your tricks. Don't turn your back on me, baby. You just might be on my magic sticks.
Support for Global Village comes in part from the Majestic Ventura Theater, presenting a celebration of Latin music with Justo Almario and Jeremy Bosch on Saturday, July 20th, starting at 6 p.m. in Ventura. More information is available at venturatheater.net. A little tango music to get our blood flowing over here. Well, we just played Black Magic Woman because today is Carlos Santana's birthday. Yep, he was born on July 20th, 1947. He was born and raised in Mexico. So there you go. And you know, he's just a living legend, Carlos Santana. So happy birthday, Carlos, wherever you are. And right now, I am so excited to have in the studio someone who has just brought us such wonderful music here in Los Angeles. We're so glad he calls LA home. We are happy to welcome Justo Almario here to KPFK. You know, he is an incredible saxophonist. He's a composer. He's even a faculty member of UCLA. And he is going to be debuting a new production as well as performing at the Majestic Ventura Theater later on this month. And we are so excited to have him at the station. Bienvenido. Welcome to the show, Justo.
Thank you very much, Kathy. So happy to be here with you.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you here. I was so excited when Emerson told me about your new project and your show and all that. So we got to get him to the station.
That's right.
We got to get him to the station. So you have a new release out?
Yes, that's right. And it's based on my my upbringing. You know, I was born in Colombia, South America, in the Caribbean coast of Colombia specifically. So all this music has to do with the rhythms from there, of course, with my the jazz influence and some other influences. But basically, it's a Colombian project, and it's called Alegría con Coco y Anís, because that alegría was a little dish that you used to eat when you were a little kid. The people would come, you know, they had the things on the head selling alegrías con coco y anís, alegrías con coco y anís, and all the kids were on the street waiting for them to come in with these things, and we used to eat that a lot.
Now the cover and everything makes sense, and
So
it
that's
was
right.
with coconut and
Anisette,
licorice.
and
Wow.
yeah, and it's like a caramel. A little bowl of caramel corn, you know what I mean, with coconut anise. You know, it's beautiful.
You grew up with that.
I did grow up with that.
Oh, it's a wonderful. I've listened to it, and it's really great. It speaks so much to your heritage and all the music you do today as well. So you're going to be at the Ventura Majestic Theater, the Majestic Theater.
Yes.
The Majestic Ventura Theater.
Yes, on July the 25th. Yes, I'll be there, and I want you to come and spend the day with me and come and celebrate. We're going to have a great time, and this brother from New York City is coming with his orchestra. His name is Jeremy Bosch, which is he's a great musician also, bringing his band from New York, and we're just going to have a great time. So come and spend that time with me and with us, you know.
So it's really a night with two orchestras.
Yes, exactly. It's going to be great. You know,
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So, Justo, how did you get involved with music? Did you grow up with music?
I did. My father was a conga player and a bass player. So from that moment, you know, since I was a little kid, like I was 2 or something, I still remember, you know, I didn't want to move. He used to bring people to rehearse at my grandmother's house. My grandmother would feed a big pot of sancocho, you know what I mean, a gig to the musicians, and they were there. And other kids would say, they used to call me Justico, come over here, let's play baseball, let's play this. No, I didn't want to do that. I want to be with the musicians, listening to the musicians. So I remember one time a friend of my father who played the saxophone, he said, I have a little flute, let's give that to this little kid so he will leave us alone, you know. So he brought this piccolo, and that's the way I started playing, with this little piccolo.
Wow.
So when I was like 4 or 5, I was already playing this little flute, you know.
So when did you switch to the saxophone?
I was about 10 years old, Yeah, and I started playing the saxophone. I really loved it, and I have moved to another city. I was born in Sincelejo, which is a city right by the water, and then I moved to Barranquilla. When I was about 5 years old. So over there, when I was living in Barranquilla, I had an older cousin, a saxophone player that he was very good, and he used to have some recordings from jazz recordings from Cannonball Adderley, Charlie Parker, and he used to play those at the house. And I used to listen to that thing, and I was very impressed because I used to hear this saxophone player like it was a little bird when they leave the cage and they open the door of the cage, and the bird is flying all over free. And that's the way the Cannonball saxophone and Charlie Parker saxophone used to sound. So I was so impressed with that I said I loved it, so I wanted to play. I started playing the saxophone back then, when I was 10.
I just love the way that you expressed that, like a cage being open and the birds flying out.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
that was like the sounds just flew out to you
That's
when
right.
you heard them.
Yeah, it was so, it's like, "Ooh, this is so beautiful." And I was 10, I said, wow.
Yeah.
And I was always involved with music. I've never left to even to play like football or
Never.
baseball, nothing like that. I didn't want to do anything like that.
So I won't ask you who you were rooting for yesterday. It was Spain or Argentina. We won't go over that. The winner won. But I find it so interesting, Justo, that because you were obviously very much influenced by Colombia's music, which is so diverse,
Yes.
so rich, especially from the Pacific area. It's just incredible.
Yes.
And then American jazz.
That's right. I was and I used to see, the thing is like I used to, because my parents were musicians, and then the people that I moved to go to Barranquilla, they also were musicians, and they're the one that were teaching me. So they would take me to the banks when they were playing, and I would be watching them, And when I started playing, when I was 10 already, that I could play a little bit, they would invite me to play with them. I said, okay, let Justico come and play with us, So I used to go and play when I was 10 with this band, and I was very, at that moment, I was in heaven, Oh, man, I'm playing with these people,
It's so interesting for me because I've had the pleasure of speaking to a lot of musicians, and so many start so young, because they are born with that appreciation of music.
That's
and you're born with that
case.
talent.
Well, that's true in my case, I from my home and my grandmother. Her name was Buenaventura, actually. That was her name. We used to call her Abuela Buena. And she was very, very supportive of me with the music. She liked music. She liked dancing all the time. And she was happy that I like music, So she always supported me also.
She was happy that you liked
very, very happy,
Let's listen to something. What would you like us to listen for your new release?
Yeah, let's listen to Cumbia, Cumbia, Cumbia.
Oh, I love that one. I like them all.
Yeah, thank you.
Hang on.
Thank you, Kathy.
Okay, give me
What a pleasure
second
to
here.
be here.
Whoops. Here we go.
Cumbia colombiana. Hey. Gózalo. cumbia, 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 cumbia.
You can hear so many things in that song, Justo, that speak of you and your music. Obviously, your Colombian influence there.
Yes.
I mean, the name of the song speaks for itself, cumbia, cumbia, cumbia.
Yeah.
But then all your jazz influence there.
That's right, you know.
It's just so evocative of what you're
and
about.
The singer's name is Karina Montes, Karina de Cartagena. And she's going to be with me at the theater as well, you know, so it's going to be fantastic, you know.
And then, who was that on keyboard? Was that...
Jonathan Montes.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah, very good, yeah, excellent. A young guy from Puerto Rico. He's very good. And he'll be there, you know, all the band will be there, you know, so...
yeah, what a fine band you put together. Wow.
Yeah, we're going to be having a great time, you know, so that's what I would tell people. If people are interested in having... tickets, they should go to the Ventura Theater website, which is venturatheater.net.
Exactly, because
about tickets.
You're going to be there on Saturday, July 25th, a celebration of Latin music with Justo Almario and Jeremy Bosch. And that's on Saturday, July the 21st. Is it true? Well, first of all, when did you come to the States?
Well, long time ago. Back in the 20th century.
Wait a minute, that doesn't seem that far long ago to me.
Well, I came here when I was 18 years old, 1968, yeah. And then I moved to Boston to go to school over there, you know, the Berkeley College of Music, and that's how I met Mongo Santamaria.
So did he discover you, or what's the folklore about?
Yeah, basically, yeah, because he called me, and, you know, at that time, the jazz clubs in America, they would have 5 days of work. They would have Tuesdays through Sunday. All the clubs across the United States will have that. So he was playing at the Jazz Workshop in Boston, and he got there on Tuesday afternoon, and he said, someone gave me my number, and he said, are you Justo? Yeah, Mongo Santamaria, my saxophone player, missed the flight. Can you come and play tonight with me, you know? I was like 19 years old, so I was a little nervous when I was talking to him, and he said, come around 7 and we'll show you the music, and then tomorrow the other guy comes, and don't worry, okay? I went. So we play, and the place was packed. I remember that, you know, with Mongo, and it was a great night of music. He had Armando Peraza with him, Mongo, Roy Maldonado, Eddie Martinez, Eddie Wawa, Steve Berrios. It was a great band, you know. It was these guys, you know. So, and then at the end of the night, Mongo comes and says, Justo, can you play the whole week? Can you stay here until Sunday? And I said, sure, I'll stay. And I stayed with him until Sunday. At the end of the Sunday, he came and said, you know, in 2 weeks we're going to go to Atlanta, Georgia. Can you come with me? And I said, well, Mongo, I have to go to school, you know what I mean? Can you talk to the teachers and see if we can, you know, give you permission? Okay? So I went and talked to the teachers, and they said, okay, yeah, go. So I went to Atlanta. And then he said, why don't you move to New York? Come to New York and live and come and stay with me. So I went back and talked to the teachers, you know, and fortunately I was able to, because when I got to Boston, you know, I started playing young when I was young, you know. I had acquired a lot of, I knew how to read, a lot of knowledge. There were some things that I didn't know, jazz things, but I learned that while I was at Berkeley. So they gave me a test, and I did the test, and everything went okay. So they said, okay, now here's your papers, you know.
You graduated early.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I left to go to New York. In New York, he said, Mongo told me, no, I have a cousin. I want to call her so you can live with her, you know, for a month or so. He called her cousin. I went to live with her for about a month in New York. I remember that when I got to New York, the following day, he took me to the Musicians Union. And he said, Justo, you need to be on the union because we want to do some records. And he went and talked to the president over there. No, this kid is to be here with me, and here, I'm going to pay. And he paid for that, for me to be in the union. And let me tell you something, that I've been in the union since then.
Wow.
So now, recently here, the Musicians Union Los Angeles made me a life member. Because
oh my goodness.
I don't know what even that means, but they gave me a life member. I'm now a life member of the union because I was since then.
That's really
so
something.
That happens,
so I mean, you were. In a way, it was kind of lucky, but it was based on your talent. That Mongo opened those doors for you, but he wouldn't have done it if you hadn't been right for the job. So that.
Well. Thank you for saying that, and I really had a great time with Mongo. He, to me, was like a father, and he actually took me to Cuba to play with him. Just me. And when we went to Cuba, that was in 1978, wow. Which it was really hard to travel to Cuba back then.
Yeah.
But he got, I don't know how he did it, but the two of us went, and we played with musicians from there.
Oh, it's amazing. I can already tell you have a lot of stories to tell. We may not get them all in this morning. I also kind of was interested because when I was playing the music, earlier with the shakuhachi.
Yeah, that's right.
You knew the measure. You knew the instrument.
Yeah, because we've been to Japan a few times, and I've seen the shakuhachi players over there. Things I'm interested in, especially everything that is woodwind.
Yeah, exactly. I shouldn't have been surprised.
And I've seen the players, and they have different flutes. They have one that is like an alto flute, soprano, smaller for soprano. They have one that is like a tenor, bigger. What I mean, and all of them are fantastic.
I'm telling you, music is just an amazing thing. I had no idea that there was going to be a connection between. I could hardly say the name, and you know the instrument. Let's play another tune. What do you want to hear now?
All right, let's play. I was born in Cincelejo. That's the name of my town. You know what I mean. So let's play that one. It's a Cincelejo. It's a tribute to my land.
All right, let's give a listen, and want to remind you that he's going to be, along with Jeremy Bosch, on Saturday, July 25th at the Majestic Ventura Theater in Ventura. For more information, venturatheater.net. But for the moment, we're listening to music from his release that he'll be debuting that night, Alegrías con Coco y Anís, and we're going to listen to the tune dedicated to his hometown, Cincelejo, right here on Global Village.
Esto es para ti, Cincelejo. Gózatela, gózatela. Cincelejo es mi tierra y me gusta, yo la quiero. Ay, qué linda es la gente de mi tierra, Cincelejo. Caminando por sus calles, muy contento voy cantando. Un saludo, una sonrisa, porque estoy en Cincelejo. Mi corazón late por ti, tierra querida. Qué bueno es tenerte aquí dentro de mi alma. En mi niñez tú me enseñaste cosas buenas. Hoy le dedico mi canción a Cincelejo. ¡Allá! De la llanada a Cincelejo, Ramón Felipe.
trying to imagine you growing up in Cincelejo
See,
as a young boy.
everybody's invited to come to Cincelejo
Eating
and have a great time over there. You know, in the
eating your
streets,
alegrías.
people over there are eating in the street, dancing in the street, and they work, of course, but you know, they
But
work.
they know how to have a good time too.
Normally, but they had a good time.
So, over your long career, who do you have particularly fond memories of working with? Obviously Mongo, but who else have you worked with?
I work with Kenny Burrell, the guitar player. I work with Freddie Hobart. I work with Willie Bobo as well, you know. I work with Tiro Puente in New York, Machitos, you know. When I was living in New York with Mongo, I was with Mongo, but some of the guys like Mario Rivera will call me and said, "Who's to come and sub this night for with me with Tito? Can you come?" I said, "Sure, I'll go." You know, so I will play like that, and with a lot of people. You know, I have the opportunity of playing also with Roy Ayers and many. I did the album of Luis Miguel, Romance. You know. Many sometimes I have to think.
I know, so too many to even remember sometimes because there's been so many over the years.
A lot of things, yeah.
So what was it like winning your first Grammy?
Well, that was with I actually was with Andre Crouch, the great Christian singer and gospel singer, you know, and it was with him, you know. It was an album called Mercy, so that was good. And after that, you know, there's some other albums that I played with. I also recorded with Cachao and Andy Garcia and Cachao, and they have won Grammys. The CD that I play on, you know, so all those were very memorable.
Incredible. We want to remind everybody that he's going to be at a celebration of Latin music with Justo Almario and Jeremy Bosch, featuring, of course, Justo Almario's Afro-Colombian Jazz Ensemble and Jeremy Bosch and his orchestra. That's at the, I always want to say it wrong, but at the Majestic Ventura Theater, which is there in Ventura, and it starts at 6 o'clock.
That's right.
So it's going to be a great night of two wonderful bands performing. So again, if you'd like more information, you only have to visit venturatheater.net. You know, Justo, I think we're just going to have you back so you can tell us more, because what do you do at UCLA as part of the jazz, your jazz faculty? Do you teach?
I was teaching over there the saxophone players for the jazz department, and I had a great time. And I retired now, but I was there for 14 years, you know.
Oh, it's a long time.
So it was good. It was very good, you know.
Wow. And you just had so many wonderful experiences. So we're going to have to bring you back.
Thank you.
But we want to let our listeners know that we got some tickets to give away.
That's right.
So if you'd like to go to this, especially if you're in the Ventura area, and we know we have listeners up there because our signal gets up there.
Right.
So if you're in the Ventura area and you want to go see the celebration of Latin music with Justo Almario and Jeremy Bosch at the Majestic Ventura Theater on Saturday, July the 25th, show starts at 6 p.m. Give us a call right now at 818-985-5735. Hit 1 to get into the studio. That's 818-985-5735. Hit 1 to get into the studio. You know, so I'm going to use you right now because we start our fund drive tomorrow. And these tickets we're not making people pledge for these. It's the last freebie ticket way for the moment. But what does public radio mean to you? I mean,
for me, it's very important, because it's the radio that really is for the artists, for the arts, and also for the community, you know, where the community come and speak what issue they have, and the music also speaks to that issue. So it's very important. I really want everyone to pledge, to keep pledging to KPFK, because it's very important. We need you, and we thank you for what you're doing, and I want this to be here for many, many, many years.
Oh, thank you, Justo.
Thank you.
I might have to copy that and play it when we are into the fund drive.
Yes.
But we, of course, want to close with another song. Now, what's your choice this time?
Okay, let's do the first one. Souvenir to Dexter.
And is that to
Is that
Dexter Gordon?
that I wrote for Dexter Gordon?
Oh, interesting.
But
That's
with the Colombian thing on the bottom, you know what I mean, on the rhythm.
Oh my goodness, it's going to be another spectacular tune. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we got tickets right now, 818-985-5735. Hit 1 to get into the studio for these tickets for Saturday, July 25th, 6 p.m. at the Majestic Ventura Theater in Ventura. Justo, muchas gracias. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Thank you for thank you for the tickets, and also thank you for the release.
Kathy, I want to say also thank you to you for opening these microphones and this way to speak to your audience. And thank you for the work that you've been doing through many years, not only with the show that you have now, the Global Village, but you also do Canto Tropical and many things for many years. So thank you so much. For me, it means a lot to be with you.
You know, Justo, if it weren't for people like you, we wouldn't have anything to play. So let's give a listen now to Souvenir du Dexter, to his tribute to Dexter Gordon. And again, 818-985-5735, hit 1 to get into the studio. Una vez más, muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Justo.
Year Theatricum Botanicum returns this June 6th through October 4th with outdoor repertory theater, events, and educational programs for all ages. A Midsummer Night's Dream is back. Alongside Romeo and Juliet, Treasure Island, Noel Coward's Waiting in the Wings, and Bernardo Cubria's dark and incisive new comedy, The People of Pompeii, set in the aftermath of the 2025 Palisades fire. Theatricum is located in Topanga Canyon, just off the 101 freeway, in the shade of the California live oaks. Explore and picnic in the gardens before the show. Further information available at www.theatricum.com and at kpfk.org.
My goodness, that was such a pleasure having Justo Almario in the studio. He is just a legend. He's a masterful musician. He's brought us so much music across so many genres, and we are going to have fun exploring his new release, Alegrías con Coco. And those of you who just won tickets to go see him along with Jeremy Bosch, their orchestras, over at the Majestic Ventura Theater on the 25th of Saturday are in for a show. So thank you, Justo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll have to have him back. Well, we are getting, kind of towards the end of the show. Still got some more tunes left. But, you remember last week I had Carlos Loslito Guyaco, who was talking about the Sounds of LA County, that series of concerts that they were having at all these county parks in Los Angeles across the county, and I did not mention any of the acts. So I was, for some reason, I didn't get the list of the shows that were going to be at the parks until later. So I just go to soundsoflacounty.com. That's soundsoflacounty.com, and you can check park by park, and you check it by east, south, west, north, and all the parks are there. And gosh, they have even our own Travel Trips Roslan. Mark Torres is having a night. I don't know if his night already happened, but he was going to be at the Belvedere Community Regional Park in Los Angeles doing a Travel Tips Roslan Summer Nights with Las Choriceras, the Queen of Eastside Honky Tonk, and along with he doing the DJing. But my goodness, there's Cumbia Soul is going to be there at the Saybrook Park in East LA. And I don't have the dates for these, but Girls Make Beats, a night of LA DJ sets at Mona Park in Compton. And Man Boy Brown with special guests at the Pamela County Park, and at the Helen Keller Park they're going to have Trinidad James. And then, oh my goodness, at the Steven Sorensen Park, they're going to have a celebration of regional and Mexican music with La Nueva Rebelión, Los del Momento, and Bobby Castro. And they're going to have a night of indie pop at the William Steinmetz Park. I mean, it's really great. And again, very economical, if you get my drift, and certainly for the whole family. It's just wonderful that the LA County Park is offering these great series of outdoor concerts. So again, just visit them at soundsoflacounty.com, and you can see the whole schedule and know who's who and when they're there and which park and all that kind of stuff. Somebody who was in town last week and we were giving away tickets was Omar Sosa, and I had a feeling we've played this tune before, but we're going to revisit it again. This is from his release, Cuarteto Americanos. We're going to be listening to... What are we going to be listening to? I'm not even sure anymore. It just got so much goodness. We're going to be We Say Part 1. A little short tune, and then we're going to have to wrap things up for the morning. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should just wrap things up now. No, we'll give that tune a little bit of a listen, and then I'll come back and say my goodbyes. But what an exciting night. And of course, we want to remind you, Fun Drive starts tomorrow. Here's Omar Sosa here on Global Village. interlude with Omar Sosa, again from his release Cuarteto Americanos, with Cuarteto Americanos, something called We Are Not the Headliner. We Say Part 1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it was another busy day today, and I want to thank our guests and all of our ticket giveaways. And just remember, no more free ticket giveaways after today, because our fund drive starts tomorrow. So please be as generous as you can. We really, really would appreciate it. So again, our fund drive starts tomorrow, summer fund drive. So my name is Kathy Diaz. It's been a real pleasure being with you here this morning. I'll be back next Monday doing my bit to do my fundraising bit for the station. And I thank you for joining me today, and I thank you for joining me then. Don't forget, you can hear Global Village Monday through Friday with all your favorite hosts from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So until then, don't forget that the Expansion Zone is coming up next with Sonia Barrett. And then I'll repeat myself. Until next Monday, ciao Los Angeles. And yes, I will leave you dancing with a little bit of Charlie Palmieri, La Llave y el Candao.
Yo voy a buscar la llave para abrir tu candado. Yo voy a buscar la llave para abrir tu candado. Para abrir tu corazón. Para abrir tu alma donde escondes el amor. Para abrir tu alma donde escondes el amor. Ya te lo dije, tú bien lo sabes. Que cierro el candado y me llevo la llave. Que cierro el candado y me llevo la llave. Cierro el candado y yo me llevo la llave. Yo soy un sonero con clave, por eso tengo la llave, te lo digo. Cierro el candado y yo me llevo la llave. Si tú tienes el candado y no abrirás sin la llave, ¡eva! Cierro el candado y yo me llevo la llave. Y por eso yo le digo que el que sabe siempre sabe. Cierro el candado y yo me llevo la llave.
Hey, this is Brad Friedman of the Bradcast, heard right here on KPFK, Mondays at 3 p.m. As you know, KPFK is corporate-free, listener-supported radio. But that means we need you to support our work and help drastically shorten our fund drives by joining the KPFK Sustainers Circle today. You can pledge $5, $10, $20, or any amount you like, automatically collected each month to help keep the Bradcast and all of the other KPFK shows on the air. Please go to kpfk.org and click Make a Pledge to join the Sustainers Circle and help keep KPFK's important, independent voices on your public airwaves. That's kpfk.org. Please sign up now, and thanks.
Support comes from the Festival of Tabla, returning for 2 days of Indian classical music and dance on Saturday, August 22nd, and Sunday, August 23rd at the Soka University Performing Arts Center in Aliso Viejo. Global virtuosos will present immersive workshops exploring ancient rhythmic traditions, world dance, and more. For further information and tickets, visit festivaloftabla.com and kpfk.org.
Hi, this is Ricky Lee Jones. You're listening to KPFK 90.7 FM LA, 98.7 Santa Barbara.
The program that you're about to hear is a rebroadcast and has previously aired here on KPFK.